It's official. In case you missed it, Sam Lee has been indicted by the U.S. government. The charges against the once dubbed Crown Prince of Bitcoin come after months of investigation. Last year, the liquidator of blockchain global entity ACX told news outlets that he had reported Lee to the corporate watchdog ASIC for potential breaches of the Corporations Act. It was further revealed that Lee was also linked to several failed ventures overseas, per ABC News. The criminal complaint against Lee alleges that he, along with his key conspirators, operated the hyperschemes to unjustly enrich themselves. The complaint lodged in the District Court of Maryland charges Lee with conspiracy to commit securities and wire fraud. Further, a separate civil complaint brought by the SEC charges Lee with fraud and with the unregistered sale of securities in breach of the U.S. Securities Act. Eric L. Barron, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, said, "The level of alleged fraud here is staggering." And she added that all the conspirators will be held accountable for their actions as per The Guardian. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has labeled the string of hyper schemes as fraudulent cryptocurrency pyramid schemes. Further, according to the U.S. Department of Justice court documents, Lee and his key conspirators allegedly sold investment contracts through an online investment platform from June 2020 to November 2022. As per the court documents, Lee is charged with one count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud and wire fraud, and he could potentially face up to 5 years in prison if convicted. The CO conspirator Burton is charged with one count each of conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmitting business and operating an unlicensed money transmitting business. He faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison on each count as well. Meanwhile, Chunga has pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud and wire fraud, and she faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. As per the SEC, she individually accumulated approximately $3.7 million from investors' funds, spending it on personal luxuries like a BMW, designer clothing, and a $1.2 million residence in Maryland. On Monday, January 29th, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, slapped a lawsuit with criminal indictment charges against the two founders of Hyperverse. Are you a Hyperverse victim? If so, how does that make you feel? Does the penalty of 5 years in prison match the crimes they committed? What about all the other people who blindly followed him and introduced innocent people when they knew there were irregularities around his multiple Ponzi schemes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.